Hi, hello. This is Chirantan Ganguly with my level 2 selection project of the automated COVID-19 screening machine. So this is my circuit which I have made, right? And it has some units. I have divided it into some units, and let me just give you an overview of these units real quick. So firstly, we have this entry detection unit. So what is the use of this entry detection unit? As the name suggests, so we will place this unit right above the entrance door. So this unit has a ultrasonic distance sensor which will measure the distance of a person coming in from the entrance door of the shop, right? And we also have this temperature sensor which will measure the temperature of the person approaching. But well, the temperature sensing won't be done until the sanitation is done. So for the sanitation, we have this sanitation unit right here. In the sanitation unit, I have used this ultrasonic distance sensor which will measure the distance of the person's hand from the sanitation machine, right? And when the hand of the person is close enough to the sanitation machine, this servo motor will rotate a bit and will drop a small amount of sanitizer into the hand of the person for the sanitation to be done, right? And after the sanitation is done, the temperature will be sensed and measured, right? And if the temperature is normal, so when the temperature is normal, this green LED will glow, and a message will be displayed on the screen that you may enter. And when the temperature will be high, this buzzer and this red LED will glow, right? So all these lights and this buzzer is in the alarm and light unit, right? And we also have this display unit which includes an LCD display which relays all the important information to the customers or the people who are entering, right? We also have added this exit detection unit. So what is the use of this exit detection unit? So this exit detection unit only contains this one ultrasonic distance sensor which measures the distance of the person from the exit door, right? So when the person approaches the exit door, it detects it and reduces the number of people inside count by one, right? So we can keep a dynamic count of how many person are entering and is currently in, right? So well, this LCD display will relay a message that no space inside when the number of people inside is above a certain limit. And I in this project have set the limit to 20. So when there are more than 20 people inside, it will show that no space inside, please you have to wait, right? So this is done mainly for maintaining the social distancing issue. So we don't want the place inside to be too crowded, right? So that's why we are displaying that message, and not allowing no one else to enter, right? Anyone else to enter. So I'll hide this thing right here, and then I'll start the simulation. So the simulation has started, and it prints this default message, welcome, and then a cautionary message, then no mask, no entry to anyone who is approaching, right? So we don't want anyone to enter without a mask, right? So that's why we are relaying this message that no mask, no entry. And then this point here basically represents the distance of the person from the your machine, right? So when the person approaches the machine, it detects him or her, right? And then it will tell kindly sanitize, right? It will tell kindly sanitize. So what should the person do? It should sanitize, right? He should sanitize, or she should sanitize. So they should bring their hand near the sanitation machine, and this, for example, is the hand of the person standing, and as he or she brings the hand near the sanitation machine, some amount of sanitizer is dropped. Some amount of sanitizer is dropped, and the sanitation process is done. Then the temperature is measured, right? The COVID screening process is beginning, and see the green light is growing as the temperature is below fever temperature, and we are saying that you may enter. See that this I hadn't changed this location, right? If I had changed, then it would have returned to welcome message. I will show you right here. I am changing this distance, so no person, it is not detecting any more person, right? So it will again show welcome, right? And people in is set to 2, and the default messages are showing, right? So I'll now show the case of a person with fever, right? So the person is approaching, right? And it has approached, and it will say kindly sanitize. So the sanitation is a must. So once the sanitation is done, right, and when you increase the temperature here, so the sanitation is done here and the temperature has been increased. So now COVID screening, so the temperature is being checked, and this obviously is a very high temperature, and the buzzer will ring. Right, so the buzzer rang and this message fever step aside, and this red light also glow, right? So that's what happening when the person is having fever. So I'm reducing the temperature again, so it is automatically detecting since I'm not removing this pointer from the distance sensor. Well, this is a case when there is a queue, right? So the person is constantly approaching, one person goes in or goes out, and it is constantly detecting some person, right? So I have to remove this sensor or this distance point from the entry, right, to stop detecting persons one after another, right? So I also have to remove the hand because it is automatically sanitizing since this pointer is close, right? So I'll increase this count to 5 and show you the serial monitor working, and then we will see the exit detection unit work, right? So I'll just shift this right here. You will see that no person is now being detected since no person is near the door, and it is saying no person detected, count in is 3, right? And then we will set this close, right? Set this close. So now the person is being detected, person detected, and the sanitation status is 0. So the sanitation status is 0. Since the sanitation status is 0, no temperature is being mentioned. So the sanitation is a must. If you don't sanitize, you won't be allowed entry, your temperature won't be censored, right? So the sanitation is must be done. So when I place the hand close, the sanitation status will change from 0 to 1. So now the sanitation status will change from 0 to 1, right? The sanitation status changed from 0 to 1. Now the temperature is being measured. So the temperature is being measured and it is a normal temperature, right? So you may enter and the count is increased from 3 to 4, right? um, Let this process continue for a bit while, and well, this temperature is abnormally low, right? But it won't detect this low temperature when a person arrives. I am not being able to place this pointer correctly to appropriate temperature of approximately 98 Fahrenheit, 98 degree Fahrenheit, so that's why it is detecting a low temperature. But when the person arrives, the temperature it will detect will be a normal body temperature, right? Right, so I'll just when it changes to 7, I will remove this pointer to stop anyone from entering, or it stop detecting person close to the entrance door, right? So this count, the person is detected, or the sanitation will be done, and the screening is done, and the count will increase to 7, right? So the count is increased now to 7, right? And now let me show you the exit detection unit working, right? So the count now is 7, and then when a person closes in to the exit door, the count will now decrease, right? So now it is close to the exit door, and the people count here will decrease to 6. See, the simulator is taking or running slowly, so that's why it is taking more time than normal. I'll show you one more exit unit, right? So now the people in is 5, and I'll show one more decrease. So now 4, right? And I'll just move the pointer now. Okay, so I'll just now allow I'll show one more fever case, and the count won't be increased, so I'll just setting this to 1. high temperature, and the person comes in. Sanitation should be done. Sanitation is done. Since the hand was already placed, the pointer was already closed, right? So checking the temperature, temperature is high, buzzer ringing again. Okay. So I'll reduce the temperature again, otherwise this irritating buzzer will keep ringing. Okay. So now let us increase the people count real quick to 20, and then I'll show how it is not letting anyone more to enter. Right, it will show this message that no one else should enter, and this is my code obviously, and I'll also include my code in the project report that I will be submitting with appropriate comments. Well, this pointer will change from time to time, right? Once the person going in goes in, the pointer should be changed, but well, I am not changing this again and again. See, when the temperature was high, it was the serial monitor also was saying high temperature. We will just need to wait a bit and we will be done then. Or well, should I pause this video? I guess this will take some time, but well, it's worth the wait. And till then we can see the serial monitor running good, right? It is relaying all the important temperature information, right? So it is saying person detected, sanitation status, normal temperature, count in, right? So all the important info that will be important to us is being relayed, and even high temperature was being relayed here since the temperature was high. So now the people in is 8, then 9. So now people in is 9. Right. You can also see some more exiting, but if we exit more people, so reaching the limit, which is 20 in this case, will take even more time, right? So that's why let's just keep letting the people in. And I must also say that this was such a good project to do. I had to do a lot of tinkering and learn a lot more about these components while doing this project. And I really owe a thanks to all of the people involved with the skill enhancement program. To get me this motivated in working with Arduino projects. So the people in is 12 and it should reach 20 soon. Y'all might just skip to the part when the temperature is 20, since there will be the recorded video. So let me just throw in one with high temperature in between, right? So the temperature will be high, so the buzzer will ring again. Well, the buzzer is ringing for a longer time due to the longer simulation time that is happening. Otherwise, it shouldn't ring. This irritating thing shouldn't like ring for so long. So the count is still set at 15 since the buzzer rang, and the person had fever, so it wasn't allowed entry, obviously. So see, the count is 16 and it will soon be 20, and then we'll show it again. Alright. So the now account is 19, and then it will be 20, and then we will let a person in out. Okay, so the person in will now be 20, and it will show that no person should be allowed in now, because 20% is the limit that I have set, right? So temperature is being checked, and there will be normal temperature. So see, no space inside. Even the serial monitor, we are saying no space inside, and the count in is set up 20. So when no person will be allowed entries until no one exits, right? Until the count reduces to 19, we won't allow anyone in, right? So let me just make someone exit and let the reduce the count to 19, and then someone will be allowed in, right? So I'm letting the person exit now. So oh my god, okay. So the count will now reduce to 19, and then we will allow someone to enter. We won't allow anyone to enter until the count is 20. So now the count is 19, and again we are welcoming people in, right? So now welcoming people in, no mask, no entry, right? So the count is now 19, and so it reduced to 18 because it was here for a bit too long, right? So now the person no space inside message is stopped showing here, and we are saying that no person detected since no one is near the machine, right? And so now if we put this close here, it will detect a person, and it will show person detected. So it will now detect a person and show person detected. Person detected, sanitation status is 0, and it is showing kindly sanitize since the hand is now away from the machine, and if I bring it closer, the sanitation status will change to 1, and the person will be allowed entry. Okay, sanitation is done. The normal temperature will be checked, and person is allowed entry. So the count will increase from 18 to 19. This is a rather long time for me to be presenting, but well, this is a very detailed project, and it's worth the effort. So now the person will count will reach 20 again, and even though this pointer will stay closed, we will not increase or allow anyone in, right? So the counter has reached 20, no space inside, even though someone might be standing near the door, but still we won't be allowing anyone in since the limit has been reached. Alright, so I guess this is a well rounded presentation of my project, and so now I'll stop the stimulation here, and I'll want to add something, right? So here you see the power is now connected to this wire, which is being attached to this digital pin, right? So this wire is connected to a digital pin. So I have attach this power connection to a digital pin because I want this temperature sensor to be on only when someone is near. So right, only when someone is near and has sanitized, I am turning this sensor on by putting this digital output to be high, right? Only when someone is near and the sanitation is done, I am setting this digital output to be high and the temperature sensor starts working, otherwise it is off, right? So so here I'll show you the code where this is done. See, the digital 10 is set to high, so the digital 10 is high only after sanitation is done, right? So the temperature is not measured always. Okay, so that's it from me. I hope this project is worth being selected in the second level, and I want to thank you all again for being so supportive and letting me learn so much in these days. It is really helpful, right? Thank you.